Hello everyone. Today we're going to continue learning about how to solve equation that involves derivatives of trigonometric. Okay, so all of this you have to memorize. Okay, the derivative of sine x is cos x, and the derivative is for cos x is minus sine x. Okay, and the derivative for tan x is secant square x. What is secant again? Secant x can also be represented like this. It is 1 over cos x. And the derivative for cot x, cot is 1 over tan, right? Okay, cot x is 1 over tan x. And for cosec x can also be represented like this. So you might you should remember this because it will make your life easier whenever you come across this type of question. So for today we're going to solve question A, E and F together. Okay? So for question A is y over 5x square cos x. Okay, our mission here is to find the derivative, the dy dx for this equation. Once when you look at this equation, what come across your mind? Okay, this is a product rule, right? 5x square times cos x. So because it is comprised of two functions, it is a product rule. So we must use the product rule, which is uv prime plus vu prime. Okay. Okay, so what is u here? U is 5x square. And what is v? V is cos x. So differentiate u prime, you will get 10x. And differentiate v prime, you will get what again? Should we go back to our notes? Okay. Differentiate cos x and you will get minus sine x. So, okay. Okay, now uv prime 5x square times minus sine x plus vu prime cos x times 10x. Okay, and then you will get negative 5x square sine x plus 10x cos x. And that is your final answer. Easy peasy, right? Especially so when you remember all the formula. Okay, so we try to solve a slightly difficult question, which is E y over tan w 1 plus tan w. Okay, now we are trying to find what, guys? Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, now we are trying to find the dy dx or dyw here. Okay, now we want to find the dyw. So when you look at this equation here, should we use product rule? Okay, no, we shouldn't, because this one has numerator and denominator, or pecahan or fraction. When you come across this kind of equation, you must use the quotient rule. Okay, so what is the formula for quotient rule? It should vu prime minus uv prime over v square. Okay, now let's determine what is v and what is v prime. So v should be tan w and u should be 1 plus tan w. V prime is what, guys? Sorry, not v, u. Sorry. Okay, u. Okay. And u prime is secant square w. Sorry, oh my gosh. This is v and this is v prime. This is u and this is u prime. Okay. So differentiate u, differentiate 1, you will get 0, and differentiate tan w, you will get secant square w. Okay, now slot in the equation here. So vu prime is tan w times secant square w minus uv prime, not square, uv prime. Okay, 1 plus tan w times secant square w over v prime is 1 plus tan w square. And now we put from this part here, what can we put together? Okay, we can put this part here, right? Secant square w. So secant square w is 1, sorry, is tan w minus tan w plus 1 over 1 plus tan w square. So now we can cancel this together and you will get secant square w over 1 plus tan w square. And this should be your final answer. Okay, now we're moving on to the last example, which is f. F is y 1 over secant z over cosecant z. Okay, looking at this equation, it seems quite troublesome, but we try to fraction it. Okay, so 1 over secant z, it can also be rewritten like this, right? 1 over cosecant z. Okay, now you must remember what your trigonometry function. 1 over secant z is also the same as what? Cos z. And 1 over cosecant z is also similar to secant z. So now y is represented like this. when you look at this, do you know which rule should we use? Is it the quotient rule or the product rule? Yes, we should use the product rule because there is no denominator or nominator, right? Okay, so for product rule, what is the equation again? So this is dy over dz. So for product rule, it is uv prime plus vu prime. Now we try to determine what is u. U is cos x and v is sin, not x, z. Okay, sin z. U prime is minus sin z and v prime is cos z. So uv prime is cos z times cos z plus vu prime sin z times minus sin z. So the final answer should be cos square z minus sin square z. Okay, so that's all for today.